Those who are coming after us. Father, we thank you for this day. We ask your blessings upon these proceedings this morning. In Jesus' wonderful name I pray. Amen.
Kindly resume your seat. His Worship Kazim Hossain, Mayor of San Fernando, the Deputy Mayor, Mr. Junior Aguero, the President of the San Fernando Business Association, Ms. Daphne Bartlett, the Assistant Commissioner of Police South, Mr. Denoon, the Senior Superintendent South, Mr. Santana, First Division Officers, Second Division Officers, civilian staff, members of the San Fernando community, welcome to the launch of our Safe City initiative for San Fernando on this wonderful day, a really and truly blessed day. But to formally and properly welcome you, let us please warmly put our hands together for the Assistant Commissioner of Police South, Mr. Donald Denoon. Thank you.
Let me first say a pleasant good morning to each and every one of us gathered here this morning. It gives me great pleasure to do this honor, whilst at the same time apologizing for the absence of our commissioner, who was called away before he could have left Port of Spain to join us. His Worship Kazim Hussain, Mayor of San Fernando, Deputy Mayor Mr. Junior Aguero, Senior Superintendent, the Southern Division, Mr. Cecil Santana, Superintendent James, Superintendent Mohammed, other First Division officers gathered here, Ms. Daphne Bartlett, President of the San Fernando Business Association, Ms. Ellen Lewis, Head of our Public Affairs Division, members of the media, members of the public. This morning, we are here to continue something that began many months ago, and I dare say approximately at the beginning of this year. Recognizing the awesome responsibility that we have as police officers. Those responsibilities gained their origin in principles that guide modern policing. One of the major tenets of those principles speaks about making the public whom we serve feel safe. Feel safe, which is recognized by an absence of crime. In that, no one wants to be hurt and then to be healed. What the public needs from the police is that in making them safe, they must not be hurt. They must not suffer loss. And to obtain that goal, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, through the vision of its commissioner and his executive, have embarked on several initiatives to reinforce those principles in all of the members. So therefore, training has been enhanced in the area of customer relations. Training has been enhanced in the area of crime scene investigations. Also in information gathering. All of these which would contribute to police officers working in a more effective and efficient manner to enhance public safety. In the Southern Division, where we are today, there are weekly crime-fighting activities which take place to deter the miscreants in our society who are determined to disrupt the tranquility and peace in our cities, towns, and villages. But today, we seek to deepen that process. The time being one which we normally call our festive season, Christmas, when many people come out to shop, and it is our responsibility to ensure that they can do that on streets that are safe. And so today, we are launching the San Fernando Police Safe City Initiative to ensure that shoppers in all the areas of San Fernando feel safe. And this will not be restricted only to San Fernando, but to the entire division. So with this, I welcome you all, and I urge my fellow officers to do the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service justice by remembering our vision, which is to make every place in Trinidad and Tobago safe, and our vision, which in part states in partnership with the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ACP Dinoon. We now wish to welcome to the lectern the Senior Superintendent, Cecil Santana, to present in totality our Safe City Policing Plan for San Fernando. Mr. Santana.
Master of Proceedings, Ms. Aileen Lewis, who is also our head Public Affairs Department of the TTPS. Assistant Commissioner of Police, Mr. Donald Dinoon. Mayor of San Fernando, Mr. Kazim Hussein. Deputy Mayor, Mr. Junior Rigello. President of the San Fernando Business Association, Mrs. Daphne Bartlett. Superintendents James, Superintendent Mohammed, Superintendent Joan Archie, other first and second division officers, members of the media, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Cecil Santana, Senior Superintendent of Police, Divisional Commander, Southern Division. I am extremely pleased to stand here this morning to say to you all that the Southern Division of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is today launching its Safe City Police Initiative in the city of San Fernando, all in an effort to bring a sense of safety and security to the citizens of this beautiful city. The purpose of this initiative is to sensitize the general public and the business community about crimes and how to prevent you, the citizens, from becoming victims of crime. We propose to distribute brochures on crime reduction tips by walking and talking to members of the public and to listen to their concerns. We intend to make the city safer, if I may use that word, Mr. Mayor, by working in conjunction with the Mayor, Mr. Kazim Hussein, and his team at City Hall, and by increasing our patrols both by day and by night, both foot and mobile, and by increasing our police visibility throughout the city and by extension throughout the Southern Division. We also want to encourage you, the members of the public, to speak with us and to share your concerns so as to enable us to better serve you. We thank you all for your support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senior Superintendent. As indicated, this is a partnership with the Mayor, with the business community, with citizens, and so therefore to indicate the strength of the partnership, we want to welcome to the lectern Ms. Daphne Bartlett, President of the Business Association, to address us. Ms. Bartlett.
Alderman Kazim Hussein, Your Worship, Mayor of San Fernando, Alderman Junior Rigello, Deputy Mayor of San Fernando, ACP Dinoon, Senior Superintendent Cecil Santana, Superintendent Archie, and all the other members of First Division, Second Division, and all the police present here today, the members of the public, members of the media, and other interested persons. Good morning. Now, we were saying the national anthem a little while ago, and we said this is our land, and we pledge our lives to thee and all that kind of thing. And I'd just like to reiterate that this is our land, and we certainly pledge our life to Trinidad and Tobago. This is why I would take time out of my work to come here. The mayor, deputy mayor, all these people here, they have gathered here to make Trinidad a better place. Firstly, I'd like to congratulate the visual an improvement, a tremendous improvement for the police service, because it's good to, what you see tends to have a subliminal effect on you. So it's lovely, everything lovely. Congratulations. Another thing I'd like to say is on Saturday, I attended the 95th anniversary of Thanksgiving service of the 5th Naprima Scout Group. And it was such a pleasure for me. They had a service in Susumacha Church and a bazaar and so on. It was such a pleasure to see these young, not only young boys, various ages coming up, follow their leader. They were following the leader, and they were happy, and doing things that I am looking at and I'm saying, why can this not be extended to a lot of communities in Trinidad and Tobago, where we can mentor these young, well, this is Boy Scout, but ladies and young girls and boys, Girl Guides and so on. We presently have a big social problem in Trinidad, and we are saying, how can we solve, how can we do this, but we have a group already that exists, which is the Scouts and the Girl Guide. I know that a former Minister of National Security was mentoring young boys around the nation, and that was producing good results. I'm saying if ACP Dinoon is here, and he could take that to his Commissioner of Police, Deputy Commissioner of Police. And if you all can extend this, because to see these little children coming up, they're playing the steel pan beautifully. They're following their leader, they're doing the bonfire, and they were so happy. And you bet your bottom dollar, they don't commit crime, and they will not turn out to be criminals in the society. So here it is, we can get rid of that problem if we can start from small coming up. It takes a lot of work, a lot of doing, but something like that is very, very commendable. Then they had a hymn that said, "Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, brothers and sisters, all are we. Let me walk with my brother and sister in perfect harmony." If we can take this again, let us walk with each other in perfect harmony, then we would not have need for a lot of police officers looking for criminals and that sort of thing. So I wanted to bring that to us, and you would have heard that a million times already, but I just thought it was profound for me again. And then at the end of it, they had a little quotation that says, Lord Baden-Powell said, "We must change boys from what I can get to what I can give attitude." So again, we come back to mentoring these young people into better people who would not be criminals and would give you all less work. So you have to start from scratch. That would mean all of us getting together, not only the police, not only the city, not only the business, everybody getting together and helping these young. To be a teenager these days is hard in Trinidad, it's hard in the world, because there's so many things going on, the social media, the pressure here, the pressure there, your peers in school, and you're exposed to so many things, and the absence of parents, and you know what that leads to. We wouldn't get into that. Now, the thing about us is that we tend to knock the police, the business, the public, everybody, we knock the police a lot. But firstly, I'd like to say that on behalf of the Business Association, we were very, very moved to see how diligent these police worked in the Brasso Seco case. Can we give them a round of applause? When I saw these two girls tied up and the rain and the soldiers and the police, I said, my God, they didn't even give up. And they pursued the case until they found these girls alive. And I mean, they deserve a medal. And that is only part of what the police and the army does for us, protecting us. And I don't know if we appreciate that enough. We tend to talk about the negatives that a few police would do and a few army men would do. And we read on the papers every day what they commit and so on, and we would like them to stop, of course. But then we have the majority. To be a police is a difficult thing, we know that. You have to expose yourself to bandits with the guns, and every day we say a prayer for them. Our organization was very instrumental in getting bulletproof vests for the police service. A few years ago, they did not have it. And at that time, the Prime Minister was Mr. Manning, and we went to him and we told him, you can't have police officers without their vests. And he promised us that he would have gone, and he got it. I've heard stories before, but I don't hear it again, of no toilet paper, no this and no that in the police stations. So I assume that it has been corrected because we have been making representation. You all may not know, but we make representations a lot to the high authorities. Recently, I got wind that they wanted to move a certain senior person from the San Fernando Police to another area in Trinidad. And I said, no, that can't work. He is doing well for us in the city, performing well. I want to call a name, but afraid. What I would call is, I can tell you, we have a very good relationship with Senior Superintendent Santana. Once you call him and you know, so, he puts people on the road to do it. So I don't know the Deputy Commissioner of Police. We don't knock glass together. But I asked somebody, give me his number, let me see if I could get through. So I got the number and I called. And I told him who I was, and he took the call. I said, but I heard that you're moving, so Mr. Santana from San Fernando. Well, he probably wondered how I get to know that, because I was closed door meeting. But somehow there's always a link outside coming out. Anyway, I said, I heard that, and really and truly, we really appreciate the work he's doing. And he did admit, he said, well, we had a meeting, but we have made no decision yet. I said, well, I'll just say now that you shouldn't make the decision to move him wherever you're putting him, but he's still here. So when you hear San Fernando Business Association and you tend to think business people only like to make money, that's not it. We want to have a better place to live. That's why we live here, because many of us could be living outside of Trinidad. Could live in Grenada, St. Lucia, Barbados, wherever. But we choose to be in Trinidad because we want to make Trinidad a better place. So I have to congratulate the police who do such good work for us. Not only in the city, not only in the bright areas, but they go Brasso Seco, they go San Grande, wherever. I have to say something I noticed, and I'd just like to comment, and if there's some improvement in that area, I'd be happy. Someone I know very well got a girl driving up the highway, got a flat on the highway, stranded there, and the police stopped, the highway patrol stopped, and they said, so. She said, well, I got a flat, and they told her, well, what you could do is call a wrecking service, and they left her there, and I was amazed. I was happy to hear that they stopped to help her, but they left her, and they told her to call the police, and I thought I was one who always said the highway patrol is doing good. And when I heard that, I was disappointed, so maybe you can have some improvement there. That was just one. You know, people come and tell me a lot of things that happen. It's not that I break in news, eh? I am breaking no news on nobody. Another thing we want to talk about is I have a problem with bars being near to schools. I don't know if there's something you all could do about that. There's some law that says that the bars are not supposed to be near schools. I don't know. As far as I'm aware that there is something, but yet still we have many bars opening around, and I think you all need to address that. Because if you have a little boy watching, hey, that man drinking a beer and he's looking nice and macho, he might want to do that. Loitering of school children on the streets, I know for a fact that they used to pay attention to it, because my son, when he was going to school, he said, Mom, those police always, they don't want to see you stand up 1 minute. You have to get, I said, well, what you expect? What you want to do, stand up on Lawmen High Street? You have to get going. The police, when they see young girls and boys liming, find out what you're doing. When we used to go to school, they say you could not come to High Street unless you get a written letter. Now girls and boys come in to buy pregnancy tests, condoms, you name it, they come in to buy. So you could talk to like some Minister of Education, get together, because those are the things that you would do that would give you less work to do. You would have less work to do when you start in a group. So you're dealing with a group. I want us to talk about some of the negative things that is happening on High Street. I have reported, I can tell you, for many years to successive ACPs in San Fernando, mayors, about the indiscriminate parking and what goes on at the top of High Street. There's a taxi stand there that takes people, the taxi takes people to I think it's Shogunas. And I've said over and over, they do not bring business to the city. Why do you have them at the top of High Street? It's fine. But then the chaos that they create every single day, all during the day. It's probably too many cars now for that little spot, so they're on the other side of the road. You're going up High Street, but they're like this. So you can't even go. They're going across the road now. They park on one lane waiting to bounce in, and we keep complaining, and I would like to ask, why hasn't that been corrected? I have identified a place down on the wharf where you can put them, and then they'll do very well there to take their people in and out, no traffic on High Street. But for some reason, they're still there. Down at the bottom of Naparima, girls, the P-cars that work there and create chaos there. Why is it so difficult to deal with? I don't know. But if it's in a business environment, we would solve that problem in one blink. We get problems with delivering of goods. When the police, which would probably be city police, I'm not sure, on High Street see a vehicle delivering goods to a business, and if they're parked in a no parking area, ticket. And they would see you delivering it. They know you're delivering the goods to a shop nearby. Well, ask them what you're doing, why you're taking so long or something. Ticket one time. And that happened, it happened to me. So I know what I'm talking about. The other thing I was just wondering, when does the police pick up duty? Because sometimes you're going up High Street and not have police in sight. And after 1, 2 on a Saturday, well, you're fending for yourself. If you go to the top of High Street, no police. And you know the chaos that takes place at the top. Tremendous chaos there. When the police was giving me a ticket, well, actually not me, it was my daughter getting a ticket on Christmas, on Old Year's. I told her, you have to drop off some things to the drugstore. Do not double park because the traffic will go way back because it's a busy day. Just slip in by Scotia in front where people park to go and do their card and so on. Just slip in and we put in the goods, you hand me, and we go on. 2 minutes. I told the police officer, but why are you giving her a ticket? I mean, she's delivering goods to us. He said, well, she parked in a no parking area. I said, yes, but she's delivering. He said, you should go to the car park your car, and then take up your goods and bring it. I said, well, then we need a box card because it's heavy things. He still gave the ticket, and we didn't pay, and then they sent a warrant, and we had to pay quick before you get locked up. But when I give the example of me, it's not me, it's what is occurring on a daily basis. So if we can find and strike a happy medium somewhere, but I said to him, those 3 cars across the street that are parked illegally, why aren't you seeing why they're there and give them a ticket? They're parked for the whole morning and they belong to vendors on the street. Vending is an illegal thing in Trinidad. I noticed last year our dear mayor and deputy mayor were in my drugstore every minute running to talk about vending and vendors, but I ain't seen nobody come yet. So I don't know what's taking place with vending for this Christmas season coming. And everything in Trinidad turns out to be a political fiasco because next year is election, so I don't know if things taking place, but at the end of the day, we are doing the security thing here today, and vending on the streets, especially when you have the influx of people from outside the city. They come to vend all kinds of things. I'm not saying what they're going to be vending, but a lot of them would be illegal stuff. We have asked that they open the road that leads up to, it's called Short Street, and they have opened it. We are able to use it, but do you know what? We can't use it again. And do you know why? Many of the business owners who use that road at a particular hour, they would know their tires are punctured because of nails in the road. And when they told me that, I said, really? And then when it occurred with our car, I said, but wait, all these years you're driving, no puncture, and suddenly you're passing, then again. That's a no parking area, but cars are always parked on that street. They say no vending, but I see a whole big bandload of box. Fire hazard in the corner right there. Nobody's tending to it. And we have members of the city council here and so on, and I don't know if these people just meet and chat and lime and they don't get the work done. I keep saying over and over, why do we meet? This is why I don't go to a lot of these meetings, because what are we achieving? Can we achieve something when we meet? We have things written down that we should do, and then when you look, nothing. We begged and we pleaded for years for that short street to be opened up, to clear up High Street. It was open, but no, we can't use it. Then you said no parking there, but people are allowed to park and vend. And the officers who work on High Street would say, yes, that happens, but why is it you cannot remove the people who are obstructing? You know, if you go to turn down that street, you can't turn. You have to kind of figure your way out, say, don't bounce on the people thing there. That's really bad. And I think as business people, we pay a lot of money. We pay a lot of taxes. We pay rent. We pay everything. We keep the city clean. We donate. We donate to the Eric Williams statue there. They invite you to the opening. They didn't have the courtesy to say not opening again. All these things that happen, you wonder, why are we like this? Why can't we strive for excellence? Somewhere I saw that. Excellence. That's what we really want to make every place in Trinidad safe. We strive for excellence in what we do, and we just have to try to do better. We won't do the best. I mean, we're humans, but we can always improve on the last one who was doing. I have to mention, as I said, we congratulate the police for the hard work that they're doing. I mentioned to the guys who were bringing me to the meeting about at the corner of Montchagrin Street. I remember calling, I think it's Mr. Santana once, about they were picking people's pockets and pulling the chain and the bracelet, and they came down immediately and they solved that problem. Last week they told me it has started back, and I told the police officers that they need to look into that, pulling their bracelets and so on, right at the corner of Montchagrin Street there and High Street. I have to point out, and this is, I'm saying it publicly because it would probably act as a deterrent to some of the police officers who might have little ideas in their head. A good customer of mine came in very, very angry one day to us, and I said, what happened to you? What's up? She says, you know, I was coming from the bank and somebody robbed me and so on. And I went to the police station to report it. I said, oh, that's good that you went and, you know, made it. She said, you know, but when I sit down there to make the report, it's the same man who robbed me. But you all know that story. Everybody here, I imagine, will know that story. I heard he was charged and so on, but that was very poor. So she came to complain to me, so what do I do? I said, well, you did a good thing. You reported it, and I'm sure they would address it. But, you know, you wouldn't have every police officer being perfect. You would have those, like those. So we would like to appeal to the police officers, all and sundry. We congratulate those who do a lot of work, good work for us, really go out there and put out. I mean, to go and face the criminals. I mean, sometimes when I see them going up in Laventille and they're facing these criminals, it warms my heart. And sometimes I say that they are not given enough incentive. They need some kind of incentive when you see these guys go up there and they really catch the criminals. We need to do a little bit more for them. If you can give them some financial reward or something, because it's very difficult. Well, I see now they're introducing that they can, if you lose your life in the line of duty, their offsprings would get them, which is good. But even while you're alive and they do good work, we can organize something and, you know, reward them, because it's a life-threatening job. And we appreciate what you all do. Don't feel that we don't. Every day we talk about police officers, being a teacher and a police officer. Those are two professions that I have great respect for, because it takes a lot to be a teacher, a lot to be a policeman or woman. And they put out, they have to be well dressed. That's one thing we admire about them. Shoes always shining, clothes well there. All of that takes a lot of energy, a lot of everything. The discipline in the police service is great, and we want that to transcend to the young ones coming up, like the scouts and so on. So if we can partner in some way where we can mentor these troubled youths in some of the depressed areas and bring them out of that mindset that they have, because some of them are thinking by the time they reach 14 they should be holding a gun in their hand, because that's what they're seeing. They don't know better, and you can't blame them. So we as the older ones in the society need really to do something more than just talk and this and that. Really get into it, get into the meat of the thing and mentor these people and bring them out. And as I said before, the Scouts and the Girl Guides and those things are really good organizations. If we can make a plea that they get some kind of subvention to assist them, because we always have to be contributing to them. And I have to say thank you very much for this opportunity you all gave us here from the business community to witness this opening. to know that you all would be there for us to protect and serve us. And it's something we always feel safe about. You know, when you call the police, they would come. The odd time they will say they don't have a car, but I think that's history because they have more cars than they need now. So we don't have that problem again. And any way that we can help from the business community to help you, because there were times they used to come and tell me, well, you know, we don't have this and we don't have that. And we used to make representation and say, well, so. You need better police stations. We need that. All those things we're asking the government to give the police their tools to work and do a better job for us, because it's a hard job they're doing. They're not in an air-conditioned office all day. They're walking up and down in the hot sun, and they must be rewarded for that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at your service in the police service. Anything you want from us and we can assist, we're willing. Thank you very much.
That we is very important. Senior Superintendent Santana, it is clear why Ms. Bartlett asked that you be retained in San Fernando, because she has a long shopping list of things for us to address, and I'm certain that they will be addressed. It may be a really well-known secret, but the police service have what we call the Police Youth Club. It is the most diverse and widespread of any organization in the country, established since I think 1976 or thereabouts. We have 97 clubs, 11 of which are in San Fernando, and I think we're going to add 3 more this month. So we will have 14 in all. So in addition to the Girl Guides and the Boy Scouts, we have within our system for many years a means of training and pulling in our young people away from possible delinquency. And that's from 5 to 25 years. So we teach academics, theater arts, music, vocational studies, also some technical skills. So where you don't find them in the Girl Guides and the Scouts, you will find them in the Police Youth Club. So I think perhaps we can talk further and see how we can get some of the persons within the Girl Guides and the Boy Scouts into our Police Youth Club. Let me now formally welcome His Worship the Mayor, Mr. Kazim Hossain, to address us. Mr. Hossain.
Thank you very much, Madam Master of Ceremonies, and very efficient, because I got your text this morning, but only to find out it was not a sir, it was a miss. I said, thank you, sir. So thank you for letting me know. ACP South, Deputy Mayor of San Fernando, Alderman Junior Regalo, other aldermen and councillors present, ACP South, Mr. Donald Dinoon, Senior Superintendent, who's here to stay in San Fernando, Mr. Cecil Santana. I will be on that list asking for you, sir. Superintendent Anthony James, PRO Superintendent Joanne Archie, Superintendent Jamshid Mohammed, my own ASP at the San Fernando City Corporation, Mr. Leon Lively, First Division, Second Division officers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and members of the media. I would like you to kindly have patience for what is going on in San Fernando. The upgrade that has been done in San Fernando, which has not been done over the last 10 to 15 years. And I hope the president of the Business Association, I waited till you finish talk to make sure that we are here to work with you, Mrs. Bartlett. I know we come to your office, and I have a policy. I do wait for anybody to come to my office. I go to them. So we'll be coming to you again, whether it will be on their affairs, but we are here to work with you. I want to respond to you just now, Mrs. Bartlett, but I want to ask to let you all know that we at the corporation are understaffed with our police officers. Very much understaffed. We're supposed to have a cadre of 52 workers. We have 23. And only today, to join with you all, to join with you with the Safe City initiative. We have hired 14 security officers to work and deal with the vending situation in San Fernando. So, Ms. Bartlett, I'm sure you will be happy. They will be under the guidance of Inspector Martin, who you know very well, and be dealing with High Street, Mokarapo Street, St. James Street, the Promenade. So we are dealing with the vending situation. Vending is illegal, as you know. But San Fernando is generally a unique place. The people are warm. I refer to San Fernando not only as the energy capital, the educational capital, the cultural capital, and I want to also add to the list to make San Fernando a safe city. And with the help of Mr. Dinuna, Mr. Santana, and with the guidance of the assistant, the acting commissioner of police, I know San Fernando is in safe hands, because we see it every day. We have City Week celebrations Saturday and Sunday, and there were no incidents. It was incident free. The police were there, and I want you to give them a round of applause. All the faces that I'm seeing here, the majority, were there. They just didn't send junior officers. The senior officers, Mr. Santana, Mr. Dino, everyone was there. I saw them. They were just passing in their cars. They came out, they meet the people, they tell people where to pass, where to park, and so on. So I want to congratulate you all, and I know you all work together with us. I have never had the opportunity to complain to the police about nothing in San Fernando. Mr. Santana, you will know that. You are always on top of everything. You would call me more than I would call you. And the deputy mayor is always in touch with you all, because I can't do everything. And he's my right hand, I should say. He's always there, and I know you all have a good working relationship with him. Mrs. Bartlett, coming back to what you spoke about concerning the parking with the Shogunas and Curep, I think, Maxi, taxi stand. Since when we spoke earlier this year, I asked the city engineer to go. I walked with him, and we went up there, Deputy Mayor, you will know, asking them to put a separator in the road for them not to cross and come over. Well, as you all know, the history of the city engineer, he was only concerned about one thing. I don't want to go into it now. He's not there anymore. All the associations came to meet me last week, and I would like to take them to the waterfront. But the government has a plan, and you know, we are small, the mayor is just a small office in San Fernando, and nobody has regards to the mayor's office. People sit in high office in Port of Spain in the air-conditioned office and determine what goes on here. And when I speak, I get into a lot of trouble. So I want to let you know, Mrs. Bartlett, President, you and your association have been doing a great job in San Fernando. We are here to listen. The office that I hold, I use it to act, but the system is terrible. It is really terrible. I try my best. I want to take a hard-hand approach, but I have to be very cautious, because people say everything, the mayor this and the mayor that, and if a pothole up the road on Harris Promenade, they blame the mayor. If anything happens, the mayor. So I want to be very cautious, and I want you to bear with me. And Mr. Dino, I would plead with you to plead with the acting commissioner of police to see our force could be strengthened. We are here to work with you, and what this is happening in San Fernando is a plus, and we will make city a safe place for everyone entering into San Fernando, whether it's to shop, to go to school, to do business, to whatever, to visit the hospital, whatever. We will partner with you all, Mr. Dino, to make sure that it happens in San Fernando. Now, I just want to mention, and Mr. President will, I know your list is long, but I want to touch on a few. The wrecking within the city of San Fernando. To me, the wrecking system, it has no system really. And I have been Up to this morning, I spoke to our ASP, and I told him I want a proper system in place for the wrecking. Be very discriminate, be very humane. You don't just pick up somebody's car just like that, and you see a child in a car or elderly person. And he agreed with me, not so ASP. And you said you will, so Ms. Bartlett, I want to assure you, the assurance I'm getting from the ASP, that this would not be indiscriminate.
But we had asked this clearly that we
Sure.
have no inner city record because we don't have a car park for us. So
Right.
the city record is a no for us.
Right.
So go outside and wreck Gulf City and all those places.
Yeah.
But we don't have a car park, so we have to park in every little corner we get.
So ASP has heard the president, and also she made a very important point. The situation at Gulf City there is terrible. I would like you all to go down there and visit that area and see what goes on there with the PH drivers on a daily basis. You spoke about parking in city. We tried to clear up a piece of land down at where the old sawmill was. We entered into some problems with PTSC. So we are trying still. We wrote them, the corporate secretary wrote them, and we are trying to get it on board. And it should be done by the following week. So we are trying to alleviate some of those parking difficulties. You all know we had the parking at the what is now called the teaching hospital. That was supposed to be administrative center, but most of the parking went. 100 you, yeah, because you was part of that. Was 100 and something cars. On 214. So you know that lost in San Fernando. So we have the teaching hospital there now, and we have to get the parking in San Fernando. So I would like you to be very discriminate with the wrecking. People have to abide. Look, this morning I coming up by where Lalton's used to be. And I take 15 minutes with the social welfare, 15 minutes because I meet a bottleneck with the DPP office, the social welfare. And I want you to go and talk to them and let them know we will be obeying the laws within the city. So, Mr. Dinoon and Mr. Santana and all officers present, I would like to thank you all for bringing this initiative to San Fernando. And we will be working together with you. And I look forward to walking the streets of San Fernando to make sure we have a safe city. Thank you very much.
We do plan, Mayor, to walk the streets of San Fernando today, once, of course, the weather permits. So I trust your shoes are comfortable. Before I invite Superintendent James to bring the closing remarks, we will be led through that brief walk of the city by the senior superintendent, and including the mayor, or ACP for South, Deputy Mayor, and Ms. Bartlett, and other senior and, other first and second division officers. But this has been the first time for San Fernando that we're launching our Safe City initiative here. We launched a few weeks ago in Port of Spain. We had proposed a similar launch for Shogunas, but when Regrettably didn't permit us to do that, we're in Arima next week, as well as Tobago, and we come back to Shogunas, I think on 25th of this month, if my memory serves me correct. But we've started it several years ago in Port of Spain. It worked well for us. The police customarily have a safe plan for throughout the year. What we do, Christmas and Carnival are high crime activity periods, and therefore we must hone our resources, in particular, around Carnival and the Christmas period. But we will continue, of course, to ensure this city is safe and others throughout the country. Let me now welcome Superintendent James to bring the closing remarks. Mr. James.
Pleasant each and everyone. The Mayor of San Fernando, Mr. Kazim Hussein, His Worship, Deputy Mayor, Mr. Junior Agrello, Assistant Commissioner of Police South, Mr. Donald Dinoon, Senior Superintendent Southern Division, Mr. Cecil Santana, Superintendents Joanna Archie and Zamshid Mohammed, other first and second division officers of both the Southern Division and the corporation, Ms. Daphne Bartlett, President of the Southern Business Association, other members of the business sector, San Fernando, friends, well-wishers, media, residents, and other burgesses of the San Fernando district. This opportunity, which is availed to us here today, is part of a vision of our Commissioner, Mr. Stephen Williams. Clearly, he had in mind what we term collective responsibility to ensure the safety and the security of persons in San Fernando. This Safe City initiative, as expounded by the Assistant Commissioner, Mr. Dinoon, emphasizes greatly upon a delivery of service both in an efficient and effective manner. I'm greatly humbled by the sentiment expressed by the President of the Southern Business Association, Ms. Spardy Dartmouth, in particular touching on the areas that referred specifically to youth development, where clearly she has a great concern. And the concern centers around the succession planning of a city, a community, where the mentoring and molding of young minds into something what we call productive purpose is indeed important. If we are to embrace the young minds and enable them to be a part of that particular fabric of society, where moral and ethical conduct is extremely important. I want to also speak about what was mentioned by our senior superintendent. And I cannot help but think clearly on how important the pardoning effort between ourselves as police officers and members of the public, business community, and the young people who traverse the pathways of this San Fernando city. So clearly, the job at hand is a very onerous one where we, the members of the Southern Division Police, intend to put our shoulders to the wheel and shoulder that task with energy, with vision, and with the prospect that at the end of this Christmas period and beyond, the revelation of this dream will be materialized, San Fernando being indeed a safe city. And at this juncture, I'd like to say special thanks to, first, our Commissioner of Police and his executive for the vision and enabling it to materialize by having this launch today, which we are all a part of at this particular moment. I'd also like to say special thanks to His Worship the Mayor and also the Deputy Mayor, Mr. Junior Agrello, for their initiative, their input, and for allowing us to have that open door where there's a total communication link between yourselves, your ideas, your minds, your thoughts, sharing it with us and enabling us to materialize that particular goal. Special thanks to Ms. Daphne Bartlett for bringing to the table here some of the concerns of the city, in particular the business sector. We are now beneficiaries of your concerns. Rest assured that we will indeed implement the necessary measures to get what is necessary on the table. Special thanks to our Assistant Commissioner, Mr. Dinoon, who has marshaled his forces in all three divisions which fall under his purview. He has motivated us, he has encouraged us to do what is required. He has made every effort to ensure that we are supplied with necessary resources, that our task at hand could be achieved. Special thanks to Mr. Lively and also our members of 1st Division, 2nd Division officers of Southern Division for that cooperation which we have enjoyed, working together collaboratively to achieve the goals at hand. Special thanks also to members of the media. Thank you very much for publicizing what we have expounded here and being fair in the manner in which you will have exposed and publicized our sentiments expressed. Special thanks to our Public Affairs Unit. Special thanks again to you, Ms. Joanna Archie and Mrs. Ellen, for allowing this opportunity to be here today. Also, special thanks for providing the resources, as Ms. Bartlett mentioned. The decorations really made a statement on the organization and shows that we are directly on that particular good part of development and excellence. Special thanks to our audiovisual unit for being present to provide the audio and visual aspect of this event. Special thanks to you for being prompt. Also, special thanks to all the other guests who are here listening. We are indeed credited with your presence, and we ask that you continue to support us. Yes, as humans, we may have our failings, but feel free to critique, feel free to recommend, feel free to comment, feel free to come and knock on the doors, and we will invite questions of you. You can invite questions of us, but it's important that we partner in this initiative, because it's the only way that this initiative can truly succeed. Thank you very much.
I don't know why they hired me. Senior Superintendent Santana, we are now in your hands as you lead us through your city. And just to show us around for a little bit, Senior Superintendent Santana. You have to take us through your city.
Well, I would have said before, our intention is to walk the streets, listen to the concerns of the citizens, particularly the business people, to distribute some brochures indicating or outlining some of the safety tips that can be adopted by persons with respect to crime and with respect to they becoming victims of crime.
Cell phones are very expensive, and they're being targeted because of that. And sometimes it's a necessity a lot of times. How you treat for that with cell phones in particular?
Well, it's advisable that that you try your best to secure your cell phones properly. When not in use, secure it in your handbag if you have one, or in your pocket. When in use, hold on to it very, very tightly, and try and not walk and talk. Stand up in a corner in a secure place where you can see. You can be aware of your surroundings so that you will be able to detect or see anybody coming towards you to take your cell phones.
What will be different this year because I understand from what the mayor was saying that we're putting more security officers. In fact, we have 14 security officers on this for vending. What will be different this year as to other years in terms of vending for the Christmas? Because there's a market in front of Carlton Center, there's all on High Street, all over. What will be different this year? How will it be the 14 security officers will make a difference?
And also tell us about what will be done
Well, the police officers of Southern Division have been mandated to work alongside with the city corporation, the officers of the city corporation, to ensure that we have a safe Christmas shopping period in San Fernando. And they have also been mandated to assist with the vending problems in San Fernando. And I can assure you, you'll have heard the mayor say that he has retained the services of 14 additional security officers to work alongside with the officers from the city police and with the officers of the San Fernando police station.
Are these security officers trained at all in this
well,
at all?
I expect they'll be well trained, and they will be officers who are precepted and who are authorized to make arrests and to work alongside with the regular police and the officers of the city police or the city corporation.
If vending will be on the streets, there will be no any kind of regulations in terms of
yes,
vending on the streets?
Vending on the street has always been illegal, and this year, as of previous years, there will be a zero tolerance approach to vending on High Street. So I'm appealing to the vendors of High Street, please stay away from High Street this Christmas season, as no vending at all will be allowed on High Street during this Christmas season. It will be High, Mokarapo, Library Corner, Harris Promenade, all these areas. Well, discussions are being held with the office of the mayor, and pretty soon you should see some definite police action with respect to them. Thank you very much.
Like no as we go. As we go for the store. You are divisional commander. You need to fight there.
I would authorize and
particular officers of the Southern Division, which is led by Senior Superintendent Santana. As you know, Christmas is a very active time, one during which the criminal element tend to see the people who are using our streets as easy victims. And the mayor would have employed you to assist us in what we scientific term called target hardening, to be there to observe, to interact with the business people and even people on the street, within which lie a lot of information, so that we can detect and deter those elements which make life on High Street very uncomfortable, the legitimate users. Right? So I implore you to not only be watchful, but to do so with pride, to be professional in your approach, employ a lot of integrity and dignity, which will rebound to the benefit of us all. And the public can say that we will have performed with excellence during this Christmas season. We look forward to that cooperation. Okay?
What's the next part?
A safe city.
Oh, okay.
From Christmas
So
to
you're protected.
Carnival.
Oh, so after that the city don't have to be safe
You
then?
understand?
After that the city unsafe again? That's what we saying? After Christmas and Carnival, then they're not interested in safety?
Ask them.
No, I want to know after Christmas and Carnival, the safety thing done. No, but so what happened? More intense for the Christmas and the Carnival, is that? But why the emphasis on Christmas and Carnival? That's what the guys tell me, so I just repeated what I was told.
John, give me your best smile now.
You got it?
Got it. I'll get my last shot of you, and so.
No, I tell you, it's because me, I don't look good.
That.